Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of How to YouTube. In this series I was planning on doing basically just some tips and advice if you're just starting up your own channel or you're just getting into making videos yourself. Obviously I'm not the super expert. There's probably some shit I'm getting wrong, but I know with what I've been through so far, I know I can help some people out. I can give you some advice that will help you. If you start up your own channel and you're making your own videos, one of the first things I can say is engage your audience, engage your viewers. Just talk to them, reply to their comments every once in a while. The thing is, the reason why I say this is like, especially if you're making videos, you're going to have eventually end up with a little small following of some kind or another, or at least people. We all follow each other, and if there's someone who's watching like every one of your videos and they're constantly leaving a remark, some kind of a really positive comment like, I just love your videos, this is awesome, oh this video was great, just reply to them, throw them a bone, just say, hey, what thanks, I appreciate it. One person who I think benefited from this little piece of advice is a user named ChattiestSpike2. I will link him in the video description. He makes awesome fucking videos. He's one of the best new video makers that I know of, so go check his channel out. Because the reason why I say this is YouTube is a two-way street. Like, that's what makes it so much cooler than fucking watching television, or for me it is anyway. Like, I remember when I first came onto YouTube, like, I would just come onto YouTube to, like, I don't know, watch fucking video clips of like terrible wrestling accidents or fail clips or like videos of shows that I'd missed on TV or some things like that. I remember when I first got onto YouTube, like I noticed you could comment, so I just leave comments. Like every time I see something, I think of something that I want to say about it. And now when I go back to watching regular television, like, it's frustrating for me because you watch something like some political thing or whatever, and you can't fucking leave a comment because you got all these things you want to say about it, and you can't. It makes me want to run onto my computer and freaking find the clip online so I could fucking leave a comment about it. It's great that it's a two-way street. It's a discussion rather than, like, TV is a one-way fucking street. TV is a one-way street, straight up. TV is something you just sit there and you watch, and you cannot interact with it. So take advantage of the fact that it is a two-way street, and consider that other people like the idea it's a two-way street. And if you just, go into your comment section and just reply on occasion, it totally helps. I mean, I think it does. It totally does. Yeah, and I remember when I did first go onto YouTube, and I would only look at like fail clips and stuff like that. I remember the first account that I ever like looked at, or the first video I ever looked at, when it was just somebody talking into a webcam about something. I decided to check it out, and it was intriguing, and I left a comment on there, and this person replied like quickly, and the fact that he replied and the way he replied, like, it just made me want to go back to the channel and check it out more. So I hit the subscribe button. That was the first person that I subscribed to on YouTube that had a channel where they with their own thoughts, with a webcam and their own thoughts. And that channel was Rozeboosje. And Rozeboosje is more engaging with his audience than anybody. I challenge you to find somebody else who is more engaging and responds to their viewers more than Rozeboosje. No one does, dude. He's compelled to. He can't help himself. I've even seen him in the past try to make some mandate where he doesn't have the time to respond to as many questions, so he's very sorry, but I can't respond to as many of your questions. And then in that video that he was saying that shit out, he responded to like 50 of the comments that were left on that video. And of course he couldn't keep to what he was saying. He ended up just responding just as much. He can't help it. But anyway, yeah, so I say socialize, respond to your audience. I think it's good. Okay, so the next point, practice. If you're going to get in front of a webcam and try to do a spiel of some kind or another on whatever subject or topic, practice that shit. Like, one good way to do it, I think, that helps a lot is if you don't want to script everything all the way out, especially if you're doing like a webcam thing like this right now, the best way to do it is to freaking get a Word document up and then write out your points one by one. Don't write anything else, don't write it all out. Just write out points that you want to hit on. And then have that shit up, and then you can go from point to point, and it helps you remember, and it helps you get everything covered that you would like to get covered. dude, nobody's, I mean, some people are more of a natural than others, but a lot of people, when you get in front of the webcam, it's not the same as if you're ranting in front of your friends. It's gonna feel different. And if you get in front of the webcam and you film it and it doesn't look right or it doesn't look cool, don't become immediately discouraged. Like, not everybody who's good started out that good, you know? Like, they had to get used to it. It is something that you get better at through practice. Like, will get better as the more that you do it. You'll get used to it. You'll start to get your flow on. And it comes, trust me, it comes. And if you make a video, a rant or whatever, and you don't like it, or there's parts of it you don't like, don't put that shit out. Go back over it and refilm it. Even if it took a long time to do it, even if you're worried about the technical part of, like, say, cutting in a newer part, go back through it and re fucking film it. Because, like, and another thing is when you're done with your video and it's all the way done, you think you've got it all the way finished, you need to watch it back through all the way from the start to the finish. I do it even after I've rendered it and it's ready to upload. I still go back through and watch it one time back through, because sure, there might be some tiny things that you pick up on that really wouldn't be worth going back over and fixing, but there may be something that you realize or catch that you do not like, and if you don't like it, go back and refilm it. I don't care if you've already rendered it, whatever. Just go back and refilm that part. Like, I have my webcam up when I'm going through and editing the final cut. Like, when I'm editing the video, putting the video together, I have my webcam up. Any little part I don't like, I just go back in and refilm it, because it's gonna bother you if you. And plus, it's not worth putting out something that you're just not 100% behind. You always want to be happy with what you put out, you know. And if you get it to a point, you know, get it to the best of your ability, is what I say. You know, get it to the best of your ability, and then put it out there. Run your when you get or want to do a rant or whatever, do the whole thing, do the whole fucking thing on a dry run, like without the without the camera going. Practice it, you know, practice the whole spiel. I've already done this whole spiel before, one time before filming. It helps a lot, because you'll realize things that you like, points that you want to make that you hadn't even thought of, and it helps you clean up the whole thing. There's not as many ums or uhs or any of that type of a thing, stuttering, whatever. It just helps you get your point out more clearly. Uh,